Hey my friend, let's talk about motivation. First, I want to talk about the two different types of motivation. First is there's that intrinsic motivation, the motivation that comes from within, doing this thing simply for the love of the thing itself. Secondly is what we call extrinsic motivation, something with an external factor, an external motivator, something that drives you or pulls you to do it, a reward, or the fear of loss. We do something because we want to gain something at the end, or we do something because we're afraid if we don't, we're going to lose something. There's an external force, an external factor that comes into play. That's extrinsic motivation. Each and every one of us responds a little bit differently to stimulus factors, to motivation factors. The key is to really understand what drives you for the different circumstances in your life. So take a minute to really think about the things that you get fired up about, the things that you can get excited about, and what is it about those things that drive you. All right, let's talk about 4 tips that can keep you motivated under any circumstance. The first is you need to be more committed to the process than you are interested in the outcome. When we shift our focus from having that result, the outcome, be our motivator, to driving the process to be our motivator, it becomes much more sustainable. And what often happens is at some point that result could get stripped from us. That outcome gets yanked from us. But we don't have control of the result. We don't have control of the outcome, but we do have control of the process. So when we can shift our focus from the motivator being the outcome, the result, to the motivator being the process in and of itself, we start doing the things we love just because we love doing them. We are far more likely to just continue to do that. We are far less likely to lose motivation along the way. The second is sometimes you've got to narrow your focus in order to expand your results. And what I mean by that is sometimes when we think of those big outcomes, those big results, the big objectives, the big goals that we have in front of us, it can get actually quite overwhelming and maybe even demotivating. So let's take, for example, the morning where I have a 10K run that I have to do that I just don't feel like doing it. When I wake up in the morning, if it's 5 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning, and I think about that 10K run that I've got to do, that becomes monumental and I just don't feel motivated to do it. When I instead narrow my focus to all I need to do is swing my feet off the bed, put them on the floor, and stand up. That's achievable, that's attainable. I can do that. Once I've done that, I get to celebrate that. I get that little dopamine hit because I've had that success. I get to build off that. The next step, the narrow focus, is to get down the stairs, get my shoes on, get out the door. Hopefully I've been dressed by the time I do this, but you get the point. We get to build on each little success, and that helps keep us motivated until we finish the entire process, and bam, that 10K run is done. The third tip is to use visualization. Imagine in great detail the things you love about the thing you need to do. For me, when it comes to running, I visualize myself out on that single track, running down that trail, bobbing and weaving in between the trees. When I can visualize that when I'm sitting in my bed, that helps keep me motivated to get my ass out of bed, get downstairs, out the door, into the car, and into the trails. That helps keep me motivated. And the fourth tip is accountability. Find an accountability buddy. Tell somebody what you're going to do, when you're going to do it by. Have them hold you accountable. Or better yet, tell the entire world. Social media. We can tell everybody the things that we want to accomplish. When we have somebody to hold us accountable, it keeps us that much more motivated to get the thing done. So there you have it. There's 4 tips to help keep you motivated during any circumstances. Let me know what works for you. Tell me what you do, what tips, tricks, and tactics you use to stay motivated through this time of pandemic. All right, my friend, as always, continue to make beautiful shit happen and have yourself a great day. Take care.